He failed to point out the fact that I was going to be in a freaking prison with a death sentence at the point when this big money started coming. Yeah, I was thinking about one experience I had while I was in Thailand before my Indonesian adventure started, before all this nonsense started. And that was, I was walking down the street one day and there was this guy looked like he just came from a yogi convention, not Yogi Bear, but like some kind of a Hindu guy with a turban and everything. So he greets me with, "Hey, my friend, how are you?" And I was already thinking, uh-oh, here we go. But it was, I don't know what he did, but in that gesture, I suddenly felt compelled to converse with him. And started telling me some things. It was very interesting. And I remember he asked me a few questions, like scribbled something down on a piece of paper, rolled it up in a ball, asked me what my favorite number was. And I told him, and then he gave me the paper, and it was that number. Same thing with color. And then he asked me something about, I think, what my mother's name was. And same thing, and he knew that. So he really had me intrigued. So anyway, so somehow we ended up going, sitting down somewhere on a park bench and started talking. And he started telling me all these things that were very insightful, things that, I never shared with anybody. Then he started, this is where the part came in where he was trying to get me to give him money. And anybody that knows me should know I'm not exactly somebody that throws money around freely. I'm going to make that I believe in, I'll give to that person or that cause. But for the most part, just somebody that's asking me for money especially when at that time I was working, teaching English, it wasn't going to happen. So for some reason, this guy, I gave him some money and then gave him some more money. I mean, I don't even remember what I had in my wallet. I mean, I'm sure it was just probably what, I'm teaching and, it wasn't like I had a huge wad of cash. He actually told me at one point, he goes, "Don't worry, big money's coming." And he was completely sincere, which later on turned out to be true, but it was much later on. But either way, if he knew that, he could have also given me some information about what was coming in my life in the next year, in the negative sense. So anyway, at that point, he had told me what he was doing there, and he was doing something for the children back in India and blah, blah, blah. And that was, I know, his thinking that he's going to get my sentiments going and that I would be more open to taking money out of my wallet. I told him, "You've gone far enough. That was already going over the line, and I already knew that was the wrong avenue to go with me, because that's the same as like one of these charities that's just basically paying for the CEOs of the company, but nothing ever gets to the actual place it's supposed to go to." Anyway, in the end, he tells me if I want, he could go with me to the ATM. And that was like whatever hypnotic trance he had me under, that was the cold water in the face. I was like, whoa, okay, we cut. That was it. So, but I'd already emptied out my wallet completely to this guy. It was quite like I said, I wasn't upset that I gave him the money because it was like a unique and novel experience. I learned a lot. It also wisened me up to some of the mental manipulation that can take place. And I hear there's a lot of these kind of people out that have this, ability to tap into somebody's mind. And I guess that's also where the whole hypnosis thing comes from. So, not wanting to digress, my main point of this whole topic was the fact that he mentioned the thing about big money is coming. And within the next couple of years, big money was coming. Unfortunately, he failed to point out the fact that I was going to be in a freaking prison with a death sentence at the point when this big money started coming. So, that's that. More later. If you've had an experience with someone like this, I would love to hear about it in the comments. If you've enjoyed, or at least gotten something out of this video, don't be a monkey, hit that like button. Also, subscribe to stay in the loop on new and upcoming releases. Thanks so much for reliving my nightmare with me.